Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, kings, queens, mighty knights, and mages, welcome one, welcome all. We've got you guys here for the Prophecy Cup. My name is Manny or Sunny, and I'm joined by Dr. Taco, and we're going to be bringing you a semi-final matchup between Yeet Street and Glacial Uprising. We discussed these matches a lot in our talk show we just did earlier, so we're going to get right into this. Pick and ban, here we go. Got knocked off the table. Tristana shortly to follow. First of all, Dr. Taco, how you doing, my dude?
I'm doing good. It's actually I wasn't expecting to stream or cast tonight, so it's kind of a surprise. I just kind of popped in here. But this is going to be a good matchup. We got the boys of Yeet Street, the Titans of Prophecy Cup, and of course the Madmen themselves, Glacial Uprising. Once again, you're going to see Yeet Street targeting Death's Design with the picks and bans, all like the first two right off the table.
Yeah. Death's Design getting targeted with the Poppy, and then they going to go for Fizzy, taking his Zac away from him. So focusing on this top side of the map. In the talk show, we talked about how this is definitely going to be the top side of the map is definitely where Glacial Uprising, if they want to dig out a win, where they're going to have to find it from. So seeing that, focused.
Yeah, so you'll notice that this is the exact same strategy that Yeet Street did back in their regular season match against Glacial Uprising, which was a 2-0. Mm-hmm. The big changes are banning both Tristana and Caitlyn from the side of Glacial Uprising. And wait, they can't. The stream can't see the picks.
No, so we're just gonna have to make sure they can. He's trying to figure it out because it's this new technology.
Yeah, it's good. Drowsy's on it. So first pick Ornn by the side of Glacial by the side of Yeet Street. What the? All right, whatever. It happens, I guess. Yeah. And then Nasus and Sejuani picked on the other side. Nasus being locked in, that's some World's Tech, I'm sure. And of course, the Sejuani for Fizzy.
Sejuani versus Gragas, pretty standard jungle matchup. Trier, I don't know if I can count. I don't know if I can count how many times he's played Sejuani or Gragas.
I think he's played Gragas in every match that he's played Gragas in pretty much almost every match for the regular season. And of course, he in the games where he did play Gragas, Sejuani was available. So I don't think he played anything else. He might have had one Jarvan game. We're going to see the Kog'Maw locked in for T-Crank. I'm especially scared for Glacial Uprising now because he's very efficient on that champion, and the team really rallies around him. But Man Walrus is Taric. That's his number one as well, I believe. We've got a lot of tankiness for both teams already, especially if Zero Battery wants to go for a frontline engager. I doubt that he would want to. They're taking shots at Charlie away at the current time for picks and bans.
Greg, so I just looked at Gragas is the second most picked champion for Yeet Street. They picked it 5 times. It's been banned away 3 times. So its pick and ban total percent is 67%. So in 2/3 of their game, it's seen in the pick ban phase. So pretty.
What about Jarvan? Was Jarvan number one?
Yeah, Jarvan's number one at 92%.
Nasus. This is going to be the first Nasus I think we've seen in Prophecy Cup for Season 2. Death's Design breaking out something new. This is not a champion that he is known for. His big four being Ornn, Yorick, Poppy, and Urgot, of course. So we're dipping down in the champ pool. So this is going to be, maybe that he's trying to pop something out for Yeet Street. Put the team on his back.
Yeah. So as pick and ban is going to continue, we're going to see. Really curious to see who they pick up right here. If they're going to save, well, actually they can't save for last pick. So who they're going to pick up for their mid lane and for their support. We've been talking about the Ardent Sensor meta. Has plagued League of Legends as of right now. Janna surprisingly hasn't been slapped on by one of the teams already.
I believe that's going to be the pick here. If I have to guess, I would not be surprised if Charlie picks up Azir here. Based off the team comps that they have. They have these two hyper carries, late scaling hyper carries in their carry positions against the hyper carries of Gluck, and we're gonna see, they're gonna see him duke it out.
And actually look at the TF.
Roaming.
And look for the global pressure, and I'll probably look to pair that with Ornn's TP and the like. It also it means both of their carries are highly immobile, so we're going to have to see this Janna and this Gragas be like peel monsters for these carries. Because both of them are incredibly long range, however, Kog'Maw and TF.
Yeah, I was going to say Zed's available. I was going to pick Zed.
And Shay going to pick the Zed into that.
Shay's most comfortable champion has been banned away from him a lot this season. I think the one game he got it, he popped off at like 9-1 or something, and then like easily they won the game. Something that I'm kind of worried about is their team fighting. Zed doesn't really provide anything in team fights other than hopefully an assassination in the backline. But with the Janna, that's going to be kind of hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
I like these comps though; they're very.
We're gonna see Janna rocking the heel, Kog'Maw with the berry, the exhaust coming out of TF. So Shay definitely gonna have a hard time trying to squeeze in any sort of assassination or picks onto the other side. This isn't exactly optimal terror. This isn't exactly the most optimal summoner spell choice or the optimal team comp for an assassin like Zed. Because if you were to cover up these summoners, you're like, okay. Even if you cover up the summoners, you're like Gragas, Janna, both two like AoE displacements, TF with the gold card, Ornn with the ulti, and then you move your hand and you see the exhaust berry, and you're just like, all right, this guy is gonna have to squeeze his way in, have a hard time with that.
I think a lot. One of the biggest problems that I see with this comp is that from Glacial Uprising is that they are primarily AD. In their carry slots, they are not going to have that big, supply of magic damage. And of course, Ornn, Gragas, they can. And of course, since Kog'Maw builds, he won't be building that Wit's End. He won't have to. But
Kog'Maw has that real hybrid-y, like mixed damage build that's not the easiest to itemize against. However, one thing I will give him credit for is, until Kog'Maw builds a QSS, any mid-game team fights, Nasus, if he's within 600 units of him, Kog'Maw is pretty much useless.
Wither, yeah.
Wither, it's just like, all right, you can't move or auto.
I do like this pick from Death Design. Nasus is, Ornn is not the most dominant laner. He's a good laner, but he's not going to push you under. He's not going to crush you. He's just going to try and farm it out. He has a top, frontline tank. Nasus is going to get some good farm, and then Death Design has the opportunity to put the team on his back and just literally chop at the carries with his giant axe. I think that if this game goes to 30 plus minutes, I'd be very scared because Nasus is going to itemize pretty well against the Kog'Maw with the Frozen Heart if he chooses to do that, and the Spirit Massage. Both of those items are very effective against Kog'Maw, what Kog'Maw wants to do, or Adaptafel, that too.
Definitely. What's your opinion on this Taric pick out of Man Walrus?
So Taric seems to be Man Walrus is I think it is his top champion besides Braum. The big three being Braum, Taric, and Alistar. And I think Taric is actually way better in this situation because there's no way that Janna can really punish him. Taric really suffers in the ranged matchups, like Lulu, and it used to be the Misfortune and Malzahar back in that meta. So Taric really suffers in those long-range matchups. He's very, very good against melee champs, and I think Janna will also pose to be not as much of a threat as you'd think. She can knock him up and all that, but if her tornado's ever on cooldown, Taric's going to get a free stun, which is highly important.
Definitely. So Spectator is about to finish up right here. We're going to get into we're going to get into loading screen. We're already in Champion Select. And we're going to get started with first game of our semifinals. So can we get the Yeet wall in chat, or the Glacial Uprising? The Yeet wall. I think so. Real quick survey of chat. I finally am filling out the affiliate status and stuff. So hopefully Twitch will approve it and we can get our emote. What do you guys want our first emote to be? Do we want the Jenka face? Do we want the Yeet Street sign? Because until we can apply for partnership and get that, we're only stuck with one emote. So we have to choose carefully. Personally, I'm a fan of the Jenka face. The second Jenka face, though, not the first one. The one that's has the side eye looking at you, kind of, sorta.
The one that's just straight creeper looking.
Yeah, like, Because I just love if we had
It's like
Super
I got my
Distilling
eyes on
spamming Jenka's face around Twitch.com. Yeah.
And Kagura and Jaina, of course, going for that, the Ardent Sensor meta strat with the barrier on the to carry and heal on the support. Just an extra Ardent Sensor buff. The problem is that when you select these types of summoners, you have no offensive summoners. Like, you don't have Ignite, you don't have Exhaust, so you can't really... obviously this lane isn't about fighting, but if it ever needs to be, there's no way to, slow down the Twitch when he ults.
Yeah. Championship Zed looking real nice on Shea Vizsla. All of these pretty high quality skins. Everyone busting.
I think everybody has a skin except for Joe. Yeah.
Feels Joe, and then Fizzy doesn't have a skin either. But honestly, both of those are champions where I like their default. World Breaker Nasus, what the heck? That skin looks...
He's going to break some worlds today.
NA, just like NA broke their chance at Worlds, feels bad, man.
Hey, man. We got one through. And that is the last hope.
C9.
I actually had all three getting through, and then they choked. Literally, they choked. Like, there's nothing else to it. At every opportunity.
NA in week 2, lol. EU in week 1, lol. Like, this story repeats itself over and over. NA shits the bed. NA shits the bed in week 2. EU comes up after their failure in week 1.
I will say it was a great story from Fnatic and Misfits, of course. I think they were very, very well-deserved wins. I don't think that they... I think they put in the work in NHO. But Misfits, man, going from Challenger to making it out of groups and Worlds is pretty insane for a bunch of rookies.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, that's got to be a huge confidence boost.
Jokes on you, C9 was on week 3.
Oh yeah, that's how they found their workaround. Somebody did say that already. But here we go, guys. We're going to stop talking about NALCS or Worlds, because that shit doesn't make me cry, even though I have the best pick'em in the server, but we're not going to talk about that. Let's get this underway. League of Legends, Prophecy Cup, Yeet Street on the left, Glacial Uprising on the right. I need some hype going on in the chat. I need to see some Yeet walls, some Glacial Uprising, all that good stuff. As we watch this high-quality game, already taking the standard line of scrimmage with, standing under those mid lane towers, because the towers don't already give us enough vision. Gotta love that. And yeah, everyone just taking a pretty standard start. I don't really think anyone has a proper comp. I don't think anyone besides, maybe Blue Team had any invade potential, and that's only if Charlie Smells can actually pull the gold card and not do a blue card salute.
Well, Glove actually does have a very strong invade comp, but Gragas is also very strong at level 1. Jaina could always knock everybody up and they can just fight backwards. So it's like a very awkward, there's no hard follow-up CC for the Taric other than the Sejuani, and you have to hit them 4 times, so... It all depends, they're just going to play it safe. They don't want this early game to just get, no team to get some crazy advantage at level 1.
Yeah. Charlie's sitting here, okay, he's just walking around the long way. I was about to say, is he gonna try and sit here for a real long delayed invade, but he's going to lane anyway. Bot lane, pretty standard leashing. Gonna go for the gold cart right on a Shay. Gonna try and do his best to get this level 1 harass down with those cards, showing off his poker skills. Got to appreciate that. Top lane, Nass has already started on his stack war, building up him since words. I can't talk. Jesus Christ. I haven't casted in a week. I apologize.
So something that I'm not a big fan of is having Gragas start the red buff. I think that's kind of a weird pathing, because you're looking at he took this super long pathing. He's only on a second camp, which is Wolves, and Sejuani is invading and taking his blue buff.
Yeah.
I don't think
finally bought an orange
he even knows.
Someone pointed out Ornn hadn't bought items, but I guess that was just a mental game. I don't know, because he just bought his Dorn Shield now that he hit level 2.
Lots of pinks coming out on the Fizzy, and they're rotating right up.
Yep. TF going to be walking up here. Going to have the gold card in time. He's going to throw it out. Gragas going to have another Q coming out, but Gragas not going to be able to
get a
body slam or anything. Kind of interesting. What 2 summoners did he take? He took QW. Okay. Makes sense.
he went for the faster clear, which of course, actually, because of his pathing, actually didn't even help him.
No, he still ends up getting 3 buffed, unfortunately. Pretty good trading in favor of Glacial Uprising down there, putting the pain down onto T-Crank. Got him at flashing red health right now.
Oof.
And have Thunderlord pop coming out from the side of Shea Vizsla onto his counterpart. Blue card salute coming out right there. Blue card, pretty okay. Honestly, though, if you're going for like just straight up, you want to put damage on the other person, blue card is the one that does the most damage. So
yeah, he's also looking for the sustain.
Yeah.
Zed's getting low on HP and he was low on energy.
Gang going up here on the top lane. Joe Siden going to get the knockup right here on Tria. He's going to flash away. Might be too little, too late, but he's going to get out with the sliver of health right there, burning out Death's Design's flash. That's one of the things that comes with Nasus. He is really, really bad at escaping ganks. Like, he has pretty much nothing besides Wither, and when you have people with dashes or blinks or any sort of gap closer, Wither doesn't really matter to them.
I think you're a little behind, Andy.
Am I? Feels bad, man. They're setting up this. They were sitting up there for top lane. What game time are you at? I'm at 14:23, 4, 5. 6.
I'm actually ahead of the stream, so which is normal.
Feels bad, man. We probably should have done a time sync before we started.
Yeah, we got 3 different things going on, so.
Right, if they could just fix the spectator client. That would be great. I still post about that every single patch, about the summoner thing, or about how it freezes so much, but nothing. Amateur leagues, they don't care about us. Feels bad.
That ticket in. That ticket in.
I gotta.
So one of the things that so getting Nasus's flash is actually a pretty big deal. Forces him to farm under turret, which means that he's not actually going to be able to hit every minion with that Q. If Ornn decides to push him in, which apparently that's just going to freeze it on him.
Yeah, Shea Vizsla had a little bit of pressure. Gragas walking up from the mid lane, or walking up from the bottom side, but he's able to just walk it off to this top side. Charlie Snells can't get in range for the gold card, so nothing really happened. It's just kind of got to walk off, lose a minion or 2, call it a day. Question. So, I know TFs take the boots, and I've seen some people, they choose to take boots as their starting item when they're against somebody with a decent amount of skill shots. Do you think Zed is somebody that it warrants it against? Actually, before we talk about that, let's talk about this gank going here against Joe Siden. Going to be flashing away. Now he's going to get stunned up. Going to have to dash out of this as he gets real close.
I think that's actually just before that's a huge waste of time for Fizzy. I don't think getting Nasus ahead. Nasus is going to get ahead via scaling anyways, and he was farming fine. If you look at his CS, I don't think you need to put any real pressure in the top lane right now, unless you want. I mean, you already got his flash. You might as well just back off. Like, stop sitting up here.
Clear out the ward. Yeah. Let's Tria catch up, because he actually had a.
Yeah, 2-level
advantage. He had a 2-level advantage, and when he does things like that, it helps him close the gap. Because look, now he's going to go over, clear his top side out, and probably look for that gank on the top side, or look for something in the mid lane for Charlie, because they're both level 6. And that's actually something we might see the 3-man Fiesta going on the top lane, because Charlie is level 6, and Tria, even if he's not level 6, he's level 5. He can still do a decent amount to that gank with the body slam to help set up a gold card or a Joe Siden knockup. Where's the donation link for Taco to buy that? Blaming you in chat, man. You can't take that.
It's just Jin. Jin's opinion actually doesn't matter, so fine.
I'm happy they stopped the sloth spam. That was one of the most annoying things. Gonna have the stun coming out here onto our boy T-Crank. Manwell's going a little hard right here, but he's gonna get taken a decent amount low on health. He's actually gonna get taken a flash red, force out the heal from Twitch. So now they'll have that summoner advantage.
So back to what you were saying about the Zed versus TF matchup. Honestly, I think since Charlie Smells has already hit 6, he's got his exhaust, he's got his flash. I mean, he can kind of be a little bit more aggressive because he is winning the lane. I think if Zed would have gotten an early gank from Fizzy or like some sort of early pressure to like let him freely do what he wants, I think TF would have to go for the boots or some sort of like Zanya's or something first item. It looks like he's just going to go for Rod of Ages though. Or the Hex Tech thing.
slap down on these minions. He did make the decision to get the Spectre's Cowl, so that's definitely going to help him with his sustain against Ornn when it comes to him applying
and
that.
Gragas, of course, and TF.
And TF. Whoa, hold on. I gotta finish my sentences. Don't flame me.
Oh no, I'm just agreeing with you. He's just smart.
Yeah. Not being greedy and going for that, Iceborne Gauntlet or anything. Gonna have the flash stun coming out right here. T-Crank gonna be saved by the Janna using the ulti. Beautiful ult from the Janna. Perfect timing for the flash out of Malmrausch and everything. Beautiful. Oh my goodness.
It's flash or flash, and you got an ult out of it. It's ult for ult, because you got Twitch's ult is down. So like it was actually a pretty good trade, but definitely a little bit less of a Fizzy shows up on the map again, and then all of a sudden Charlie Smells and Joe Sidon are free to be aggressive.
Yeah. Well, getting some warding in right there. Trie, the Vision wins games, getting a decent amount of wards here with that trinket. Gonna drop one on the crossover and then onto red buff. So my only problem with this, TF gonna be coming up right here. Gonna come in from behind. Death Design, gold card, and this is the 3-man fiesta we discussed a little bit earlier. Death Design, you can run, you can hide, but ready or not, here they come. First blood for Charlie Smells right there as they get that kill. Easy peasy.
They're going to take the opportunity. This is exactly what I wanted to see, is that will Glup be able to respond to the first proactive play from Yeet Street, and they're going to go ahead and take this dragon, which is a very good thing for Twitch. And Zed, of course, if he ever gets into a side lane.
Definitely.
They have vision of this, though.
Yeah. Janna going to throw the tornado. Okay, I was about to have flashbacks to the Janna. Oh, gosh. But anyway, so here we go. First Blood is going to be traded for a Mountain Dragon, deciding their Nasus is they're okay with that trade. They see the enemy jungler and they make the reactive play. Pretty good decision. But now they're setting up right here for Janna or Twitch. Janna or Yep, Janna's going to walk forward trying to get some wards out. Zero battery. He's going to flash over the wall. Perfect fat wall flash. But he's going to throw the ulti out, and now Twitch going to flash forward right here. Up, pop the spray and pray. Steel going to get the kill right there. Gragas is down here, definitely. Givante is going to go back over the wall, try and get out of here. Looks like they're going to get away with the 1-0 right there.
Notice the roam, though. No, he's going to go back. They're going to try and dive on Kog'Maw.
Yeah, if Dragon's going to be at his Krugs, they can definitely do this. 4 people down, he's going to have to back off. Top lane, just some standard smacking around. That's not really important. Looking down here at the bottom lane, this is really what we want to watch.
Here we go.
Gragas showing his face, gonna back off.
I think if we are almost to the point where Nasus is gonna start out trading, and then that's the time bomb. Once Nasus is free in the 1v1, we're gonna see a lot more of the the Death Design show. He's
at 129 stacks right now,
which is much lower than you should be. But
yeah,
he got
15 stacks a minute is generally where you want to be. But he did get that early gank in on him. Yeah. And it was a pretty slow death actually because Charlie took a while to come and they didn't.
He was just off the minions. You can't farm. He has to waste his time trying to run away.
Mid lane, Charlie Smells with about a 2.5 wave lead right here. Gonna keep it going. Gonna be the first person to CS this game.
You might have to ult here. Oh,
yeah. Here we go. Ornn gonna dodge out on it. That's going to get hit on the knockback, the angle trajectory right here. And this is going to be a fight to the death. Death Design going to do everything he can to escape right here. Going to have the TF ulti coming out. He's going to get cut off. Actually going to get the kill right there, bringing down DK. And then Charlie Smells is going to get the kill on Death Design. That's going to be a 1-for-1, but the ulti's used. And now Zed is free to push this lane as hard as he can before Trie or Charlie Smells can get back down to it.
That's actually insane for Death Design. That shows him that he can actually fight this 1v1.
Because he was really scared if you saw how he fought.
He was trying to kite and he was about to run away and he's like, oh wait, I can kill him. And then he just flash kills him and then of course TF's coming in. That's probably the reason for the TF pick anyways. But I will say that if Death Design doesn't dominate this 1v1 for the rest of the game, I'll be very surprised with how aggressive that he actually does like to play.
Yeah, he ends up picking up Merc Tread, so this is just going to give him even more MR. And this is also going to help because, Ornn has Brittle, which increases CC for everybody else. So it's going to help him with sustaining through things like the gold cards when he comes up. The actually no, tenacity does not work on knockups, correct?
Tenacity does not work on knockups, no.
Yeah, so it won't. Never mind. I was gonna say it would help with the knock. Does brittle work with knockups then? Twitch gonna miss out on the stun right there. Not
I don't believe. Actually, it might, but I mean, knockup is really weird because like you don't get knocked up for a certain amount of time. It's just like you just get knocked up. Like whether it's a large knockup or
you get knocked up for 9 months and then you have a baby. But anyway, that's designed because the thing is, League doesn't have a Z axis or a Z axis, so knockups really are just coded as stuns that aren't affected by tenacity, from my understanding.
Yeah, so it's like it's weird.
Yeah. Down here in the bot lane, they're gonna keep missing out on these stuns. Kog'Maw utilizing his movement speed.
From Warlords.
From Janna. Warlords,
He also, if you take a look, he did build first item Ninja Tabi. I don't know if he's ahead, so I'm kind of surprised at that, but buying boots and buying Ninja, he's going to build this tank Kog'Maw. Which is a thing, by the way. Tank Kog'Maw is a thing. It's like board Quinsos and then like a bunch of tank stats for no reason, and you W and you kill everybody.
Yeah, definitely. So 127 CS out of Charlie. Pretty good stuff seeing here.
It's also 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. That puts him, compared to his counterpart, gives him about a 1,800 gold lead. Yeah, that's 18. He has about 1,800 over his counterpart. Yeet's slowly building up. Because if Yeet, this farm lead they have right now is pretty much just off of gold because they're even in kills. Neither team has a tower yet. This just shows kind of the superior lane play out of all the.
Well, if you take first blood gold is 400, so like they're about 600 gold in just farm alone, and that's on top, mid, and jungle. Oh, and even on the AD carry position.
All 4 lanes are winning that. Even the supports feels bad, man. Tarek.
Well, Tarek's gonna level off the lowest amount of gold in the game. I'm pretty sure.
As long as Tarek has an R key on his keyboard still, he's good.
I'm pretty sure it's because Relic Shield's also doing some work right now.
Oh yeah,
This was one of the discussions that the analyst had at Worlds. Is like, do you pick the Doran Shield for a safer lane, or do you get the Relic Shield for faster one to Ardent Sensor?
Yeah, because Tarek's not somebody. Well,
Tarek, no, he's building Ardent Sensor.
He's building Ardent Sensor, but like Janna hits a harder power spike with Ardent Sensor. I feel like.
Oh, very much. Yeah. Exactly.
Like Tarek, of course, he benefits from because he has the heals and the shields, but as long as Tarek has 2 abilities compared to 1. Well, actually, no, Janna has 2 abilities if you want to counter Ultimate, but as long as Tarek has an R key, he's still like he can have no items. As long as he's level 6, he's good.
Still be useful, yeah. We'll start a fight again. TF is back up, so NASA has to be very careful.
He has to learn his lesson eventually. Janna gonna be killing off these wards up down here. Or Ornn finishing up his Righteous Glory. So it's gonna be interesting to see once he finally he hasn't used his TP to go down to any other lanes. He just kind of kept up with this unstoppable force and needs an immovable object up in the top lane. I want to see how that plays when he goes down to the bottom lane and rushes in onto Twitch, or he tries to rush in on Shea Vizsla, or just we're gonna have to see. Just watch.
You notice the vision in this bot lane is very aggressive for Yeet Street, and they know exactly where Fizzy is right now. They've been pinging him out for the last like 10 seconds, while Gragas and TF had backed. So like they know exactly where all of Glacial Uprising is, and there's going to be a fight coming up in bot lane.
Yeah, everyone's kind of congregating in this Infernal Dragon, something both teams want to get their hands on.
They're just trying to figure out all the vision.
This vision's giving them so much information because, like, they'll have when Shea tries to come get involved with the fights. They know Fizzy trying to go down to the bottom lane with that that's probably one of the better wards, like aggressive wards I've ever seen on the bottom side from these.
Anytime you can get a ward into that blue buff area, whether it's over the wall or before. Oh, jeez.
Whoa, holy cannoli. Steel gonna pop the plant, find himself in the wrong position. Gonna have to flash out. Now Javante is gonna have to flash defensively. Everybody from Yeet Street is gonna find themselves, everybody from Glacial Uprising find themselves in positions they don't want to be in. Have the Janna going down, but it's not gonna matter because Shea Vizsla is gonna go down as well as Javante. So those two are gonna be dead. Yeet Street, with the 2-for-1 advantage, is going to look to start up this Infernal Dragon. No jungler to help contest. Glacial Uprising is just going to go to the bottom lane and try and push in this wave. Nasus was not involved with that at all.
Yeah, the preemptive TP from Joe Sidon was actually
missing the stun again. Feels bad, man.
They just can't catch a break in that bot lane. But
with his blue suede shoes.
That entire fight was decided by Ornn TPing preemptively, and Nasus not even burning TP. I think it was because he was pushed in. They're also going to lose first tower. They lost Drake first tower and a couple. And one extra kill.
Gonna hit that stun at a funny angle, but now look,
he's gonna
have to get the slow. He's gonna die.
No way.
Hold up, Nasus is gonna come. Oh my gosh, that's so much. Nasus has to bring the defensive TP late, and now he just wasted his TP. He's actually just wasted this because Ornn's gonna get back to lane. He's gonna push it in.
You can see that the map movements of Yeet Street are kind of throwing Glacial Uprising for a loop, especially Dust's line. It seems like he did go for the adaptive helm to be able to fight Kog'Maw a little bit better, but Nasus wants to sit in that top lane for the next 10 minutes of gameplay, and he actually can't do that because of the proactiveness of Yeet Street.
Yeah, they're forcing him to have to play. They're forcing him to have to react to his counterpart, but the thing is, when he reacts to his counterpart, he's always at a disadvantage.
Oh, he flashed. He failed the flash.
Oh, yeah, if he's gonna fail the flash over here, he's gonna even try and use the Righteous Glory. It's not gonna help. He's gonna try and dash away, but TF's coming up. Ornn gonna send the ulti out and attempt to CC. Fizzy ulti right there, and that should be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Although the Janus shield coming in, gonna have the ulti now. They're gonna try and turn this. Steel gonna die on the backside. Charlie Smells is on a killing spree, and what looked like it was something in the favor of Glacial Uprising. He poured it again. Terror ulti comes now. Actually, this might even turn around again. I spoke too soon. Shut down right there for Shea Vizsla. Baron gonna be respawning off to the side as this fight goes on, and that's gonna be a 2-for-1 in favor of Glacial Uprising. This game stinks. Pretty even in terms of kills.
But again, like you notice, all the wave clear is dead. So like Yeet Street's free to be able to attack this. Nasa's got the tower in bot lane. They're tied on towers.
Nasa's again not involved with the fight. Javante is gonna die right here. You're gonna die as well, Tarek. Oh my god, that is disgusting, Kog'Maw. Freaking artillery cannon. There's
no way that a non-tank Tarek is going to be able to even walk up to that wave. I don't know why they even tried it. They have two disengage-oriented champions and a Kog'Maw, and they're trying to... and a wave fight into, and they started walking up.
Yeah, it's definitely not the words of a wise man, Pull-a-vous français. Deja vu. I've seen this all before. When your teammate walks up to the Kog'Maw gets deleted, it's probably not the best idea for you to try and do the same. But hey.
But if there's one saving grace for Glup right now, it's that Nasus is still on that time bomb mentality. He did just get solo gold for that tower in bot lane. He is still scaling, and of course Zed is fed. So
and Steel's gonna get caught right here. Gold card. Oh my God! Charlie Smells gonna ravish this man's health bar. That's actually something I didn't even think about this whole game, is that when Charlie Smells ulti gives true sight, so even when Twitch tries to pop Q and run away, he's going to be seen. And that's just nasty right there. Charlie Smells sitting at 4-1, going to pick off that AD carry.
If you notice, Charlie Smells has got 2 armor items. That's a concession to Zed and how strong he actually is in the 1v1. TF is going to be able to get put into one of those side lanes soon. And then TF has got that Lich Bane. He's just going to destroy these towers.
Do you see them running the 1-3-1 or the 4-1?
Based off team comp alone, it's
I see them running into this man walrus right here and killing him. I see that happening.
Again, that happened again.
Yeah, the 1-3-1 or the 4-1.
I think Glup wants to implement a 1-3-1 where Zed can get into a side lane by himself and 1v1 whoever is there. Nasus always wants to be in a side lane. He never wants to be in the team fight. He always wants stacks, and he can 1v1 everybody on the other team. But Yeet Street is just gonna group together, take this Baron down. Let's see if they can actually.
354 right now in terms of stackage. Yeet Street starting up this dragon or Baron, not dragon, and they shred that thing with the Kog'Maw right there, and the Ornn just absolutely ravishing it. Or not Ornn. Ornn's on the bottom lane. I'm stupid. Don't crucify me, chat. I already know somebody's typing it ready to get after me.
I think if Yeet Street wanted to, they can implement a 4-1. They don't really have to because everyone's so far ahead. they can just send someone to respond to Nasus and then group as 4.
Yeah, it's gonna come. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's like if Yeet does, like you said, just groups 5-man, it's gonna come down to how fast Nasus can push on the side lane or how quick Zed can get into the base and draw attention. Because Yeet Street has the wave clear and everything to just kind of push their way down a certain lane. But the question is, does Nasus, have the ability to clear waves and stack down on towers quickly enough to make a difference?
that cast.
Woo, baby.
Trey. Clean.
Oh my god. Death Design gonna get caught by the cask and he's gonna end up going down right there.
And that's all Trie. Trie actually hit the skill shot.
But Yeet Street now, or not Glacial Uprising. Glacial Uprising's on the Baron right here. Charlie Smells is gonna come in, gonna look to see if he can steal this over the wall. He's not gonna be able to. Ooh. So Glacial Uprising's gonna pick this up. The question is, how far can they get back? Quick can they get back to the base right here? Yeet Street clearing off the waves. Gonna be in for something right here as they clear off one. Glacial Uprising gonna be racing down. Yeet Street does have the numbers advantage if they want to try and force a fight.
He's got ult.
Yeah, the ult's here. They're all grouped up right here. This could be big if he wants to use it. Right here, the fight's gonna be breaking up. Terragulti gonna be coming down. We're gonna have a Terragulti on 4 people. Keep remembering the bumble. First one's gonna go down is Janna, and the Kog'Maw is gonna be going solo. He's dead as well. That's 3 people already dead. All my friends are dead. Push me to the edge. Charlie Smells trying to run out. Looks like he'll be able to make it. That's a 3-for-0 in favor of Glacial Uprising. In a fight where they had the numbers disadvantage right there. They all just grouped up for that. Made that too easy for Glacial Uprising. And now they have Baron, and they can actually look to get themselves to close up this gold lead.
My hands are on my head at that. Yeet Street knows they have Baron, knows how long they have to get the heck out of there, and they continue to stay. And worse than that is that they group up for Sejuani and Tarek.
They actually just all stood on top of each other for that. Like, that was ridiculous. They're like, hey, guys.
I think the worst of it is that they chose to fight through Tarek invulnerability. Like, their whole team is invulnerable. They're like, you know what? We can still try.
So, 4 people getting this is kind of unfortunate. Nasus doesn't get it, but that was that was a real great play. Like, normally we talk about how you want to be proactive, but that was probably a real good reactive play from the side of Glacial Uprising, realizing that we're not going to beat them if we try and go back and we will lose the fight. So let's just get this Baron. I disagree with Charlie Smells even bothering ulting over to try and steal it. I think if he had stayed with the team, they actually could have gotten an inhib.
Yeah. But if you notice, like, a lot of... So, Yeet Street has always been proactive in their play because they're always ahead in the lanes. They always have these gold leads, whether it's through CS or their map rotations, and then they are allowed to be the proactive ones on the map because the other guys are always busy clearing waves or responding. So then it's all about how good are your reactive plays. Well, they responded to the tower dive on the Nasus by getting Baron, and then they backed because Yeet Street made a bad decision to stay.
This is actually giving me a
Glacial Uprising gets proactive. This is greedy.
This is a 5v5. I don't think Glacial Uprising, this is not necessarily what your comp is built to do. You need to be really careful right here. Yeet Street will beat you in this 5v5 if you group up and let this Kog'Maw and this TF damage the whole team.
I don't think they want to group because they have Baron. I think they should 1-3-1 because they have Baron.
Yeah, put it across all the lane. This is literally what your team thrives off of, having Baron. Like, I get Nasus doesn't have it, but...
I think the biggest problem is that you can just send your normal lanes for Yeet Street and then have TF ult if anything happens. Yeah. So, like, it's kind of risky to go for a 1-3-1 and establish that without having a gold lead. Oh my goodness.
Right here, gonna have the fight going in. T-Crank gonna get knocked to the side as he tries to ult on the Kog'Maw. Gonna get the ult down, but now Steel's gonna get knocked in the team by the Gragas barrel. Shaveless is going under tower trying to do everything to Kog'Maw's not gonna matter. He's gonna end up going down. 3 people are already dead. The late TP coming in from the Nasus.
Again, yep.
And that's just feels bad, man. Like, he's gonna wither onto somebody, but it doesn't really make a difference. Like, they're still gonna get this tower right here. TF.
The biggest problem with that right there is that Shay goes in on the Janna after Janna's kind of done her thing. She's already ulted. She's already, oh, they're gonna kill Kog'Maw here. Hopefully.
I don't think so. No, he has the barrier still, and he's getting exhausted. Death Design can't kill him.
And that's the weakness of this Nasus pick is that, you get the raid boss going, and you can still kite the raid boss.
Yeah. Oh, also, he doesn't really have any armor.
Nah, he doesn't have any armor yet. He went for the. I'm surprised he went for the Spirit Visage after building the Adaptive Helm. Maybe he really does feel threatened by these AP champions.
But like Kog'Maw's hybrid, you got to sneak some armor in. Like even if he had just gotten the Ninja Tabby.
I mean, he's primarily AD at this. Like it's only when he pops his W that it's like purely magic damage. He scales off both. It's so like he just deals a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain.
Kog'Maw's one of the more throughout has always been that hard cut hybrid hyper carry champion in League of Legends. Has been his identity.
And of course he's 6-1. He's gonna start shredding these people.
Those Randuins of his is interesting. To deal with the Nasus trying to go on to him, as well as the Shea Vizsla.
Remember how I said take Cog? It's a thing. I wasn't joking. He basically doesn't want to get one shot, and the only damage on the other team is armor or is physical. So he just builds armor on every champion. You can see an armor item except for Janna. Probably why Shea keeps going on to her.
Her armor item is her shield. Here we go. Gonna go on to TF. Gonna pop out the Zonias right here. Gonna look for it. Gonna have Shea Vizsla going all the way back. Charlie Smell's still alive right here. Finally gonna get popped by the death mark, and it looks like it's just gonna be a pick right there for the side of Glacial Uprising. Something they needed.
That's greed. That's just being way too far up without respecting your opponents.
Now Steel gonna uncloak, and his team's gonna look to push right here. Go onto this tower. Death's Design finally coming up. This right here, I think, is decent timing.
Everyone's gonna die.
Kog'Maw's gonna be looking right here to put a lot of pain down. They're gonna get the tower, and they need to just back off, or they can go for the fight. Janna gonna pop her ulti right here. Tarek gonna pop his ulti as well. Vulnerability gonna come across 4 members, and now they're gonna go under this tower, not even caring. Gonna have Joe Siding reinitiating right here with the Righteous Glory, or maybe just peeling them off, and they're actually not gonna get anything other than tower. Now they need to retreat, as they just burned a lot of ultis and didn't really accomplish anything.
They didn't even get any damage on that tower.
No, they got Cog's flash, which is decent.
His barrier's coming back up. They got the heal out.
Like they didn't really get anything. That's the biggest thing is the Kog'Maw flash. But I don't think they'll have. They won't have.
Kog'Maw is Randuins. You're not one-shotting this guy anyways.
Yes, and also I don't feel like they'll have everything back up, or they'll have the map set up back in time for it to make a difference anyway.
Well, they have 40 seconds, so like they had to make a play then, or just back off. So they tried to make an aggressive play, and now their ult should be back up for all of these objectives. Like Baron and Drake both spawn.
Cloud Dragon is going to get ignored, 100%.
Oh, in the top left, it looks like Infernal.
Yeah, it does. What it does look like is Yeet starting on Baron right here, catching everybody recalling from Glacial Uprising. Joe Siding gonna catch Manwall, who's trying to walk around.
Wow,
He just hears the distraction. Yeet's gonna pick that up, and now Gragas is gonna come over the wall, throw a barrel out. Glacial Uprising needs to be very careful right here. They don't get caught in their jungle.
I think right now this is the spot. This is the part where you try and get out all of these lanes. Start pushing. Just get Zed to start pushing a lane. Nass to start pushing a lane, and then start grouping mid for whatever. Because like they're all gonna back. They're all gonna clear their jungle. They're gonna take Drake. You can get some wave priority before they start pushing.
Crank blasting himself over the wall.
Joe Rathmo in chat goes, "This Twitch needs the Lord Dominic's." Yeah, he needed it a long time ago.
A long time ago.
He's
Might have been a decent
crit, though.
But hey,
but yeah, I definitely agree with that. We have an armor item on every character. Or just Last Whisper at this point. Like, you just need some sort of penetration to be able to get through these, this tankiness.
It definitely would help him. Like, Shea at least has all the armor pen with his items, but Twitch is just kind of hoping he can tickle enough, or tickle them enough, rather, when it comes to his damage. Something we didn't talk about, Trier sitting at 0-0-10 right now. Pretty,
yeah, he's played like a god. He's been playing very, very well. His positioning is great. His casts have been great. His warding has really set this team up for success as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. His vision score sitting at 53 right now. Janna one higher than him at 54, but she's Janna, so it doesn't,
One of these champions has sight still, one of them doesn't.
Yeah. doing a real good job in terms of counter vision as well. That's something that I've seen them sweep out some real nice wards. Now with this Baron
Yeet getting CC'd. She's dead.
Gonna look right here. The Brittle gonna hold her up. Gonna have some money getting knocked up, knocked back into the team. She's gonna flash out by the hairs of her chinny chin chin. She's gonna live. And this fight's gonna be started off with the Tarek ulti, giving them the invulnerability. They're going forward. They're getting Joe's side and solo tree as well. But Charlie Smells gonna get the first kill. Now Death Design finds himself in the middle of 5 people gonna get knocked up again. T-Crit getting the kill on the back line on Twitch. Top laner down. Flash gold card forward. We're gonna have the wild cards coming out. This is gonna have the auto and a shape Bizla, and that's gonna be 4 people down. Charlie Smells going to come from behind, and Javante is going to do everything he can to run away. He's going to start dancing because he's starting to realize it doesn't really make a difference. Yeet Street's going forward, and they can end the game right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to get on a fountain barely. That's game. Ornn going to recall and just TP back in more than likely.
5 seconds till Manwall. Manwall doesn't do any damage.
He can stun, however.
He's going to take the tower on Kog'Maw.
Kog'Maw's gonna finish the tower before it even matters. And yeah, Manwall's just gonna sit here so we can watch the destruction of his Nexus with his eyes. And that's gonna be game 1.
So I agree with Gluck to try and make a final stand before they break the base. I do like that type of mentality because if it works, all of a sudden you're back into the game. But if it doesn't work, you lose. You just instantly lose, and that's what happened there. I think they needed to wait a little bit longer before that final stand, just because of the fact that everyone had everything up, like bait something, But congrats to Yeet Street for that game 1. That was very, very clean. There were a few mishaps, but it was very clean overall across the board.
Yeah, if we come over here to advanced details from the post-game screen right quick, we can just look at some of the damage Delta champions. 34,000 for Kog'Maw. Absolutely bananas. Nass is getting out-damaged by almost... That is twice right there by the Ornn. Putting out twice damage.
That comes a little bit more from the fact that Ornn was put ahead by the early game.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was... NASA just wants to farm for 30 minutes and wants to be left alone. He doesn't really care about damaging people because, he's just like, I just want to have all these stacks so that when people do come up, I can just 1v2. And that he never got to that point. He was, Yeet Street decided to out-rotate and focus on other part. He lost lane, you're right. But he decided to stay in lane, and Ornn and the rest of the squad rotated bot lane. Took all these towers, took all these objectives, and then, he was late on every TP because he was Nasus. I don't think there was any other reason for being late like that. And of course, Death is not a TP player, so
no.
It could be something, is that his weakness that he actually doesn't, since he doesn't play with TP, he never knows, when to properly TP or anything like that. And, Nasus isn't one of his top champions, so maybe he was, uncomfortable.
Something, because that just some of it he would just he would come after the fight and then it would be completely wasted. I'd rather you stay in your lane, keep pushing, or just TP super early just to wait a minute, they have 5v5, we can't take this fight as easily anymore.
You can even cancel it.
That's
he would complete TPs. I can't actually. What's your? Oh, it's because.
It's gonna be unfortunate. So, game 1, gonna go to Yeet Street. Glacial Uprising now they're gonna be swapping sides. Glacial Uprising will be on the blue side. Do you think what do you think they need to change if they don't want to get 2-0'd right here?
While I think Shay is fantastic on Zed, and I think he was the saving grace for Gluck that game, can't have Zed. I think TF was such a huge problem for their team, the AP, carry style. First of all, I expect TF to be banned if Death Design wants to be able to do his 1v1 the way he wants to. But that means that he's going to be on another, mage most likely. And I think Shay has to be, if they're going to go for this scaling team fight late game, they have to be able to mix the damage up. They can't forgo for this AD assassin. Ban Kog'Maw, he's annoying. Yeah, I mean, we banned his Kog'Maw when we played him because that's awful. So 0 battery needs to go up.
Someone invite Manny. I'm most definitely in.
You're in here.
I'm in here. I need to get down to spectator.
Go up. And then you can come down, and then we can get Manwall.
Hold up, let me put something in the microwave. Give me like 2 seconds.
It's okay. I've got freaking a bunch of hamburgers sitting on the stove because I wasn't sure if I was actually casting or not.
Nobody.
Do you think Glup can take game 2 and how? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
He plays better than he can win, but like Nasus useless. Why are you grouping? That's what I was thinking. That just has to play better. I mean, he got focused pretty hard. No more Nasus, please. No more Nasus, please. Definitely didn't execute the Nasus properly. Once he started winning that TP, that 1v1, all of a sudden Ord like didn't want to ever be in his lane. And like, I'd rather have an Ord in a team fight than Nasus.
Especially like with the team comp they had, Ornn was so nice being able to apply like even make the CC to lock people up even more because like with somebody like Nasus, like that's Nasus' biggest weakness is being stunned. And when you can just amplify that weakness as a player, you are making Nasus more and more difficult to play to his win condition in team fights, which is getting to the back line, withering and smacking Decane down. But he can't do that when he's CC'd for, however long someone's CC is, plus the, 25% brittle increases by?
I don't actually know the numbers. I just know that it increases CC duration by a little bit. It's not like double. It's not
that'd be broken
like that. But it is significant when all of a sudden, more if you hit Morgana Q after getting hit by Ornn, all of a sudden you're snared for 10 seconds.
I mean, Morgana snare already snared you for about 2 lifetimes anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're just sitting there like, oh, this is what death looks like.
I remember that season where Morgana had the Victoria skin. Somebody was like, Morgana binding CC somebody for so long that you're able to climb up the ladder past everyone else who wasn't picking her.
Like if Death Design was on a different champion, like if he was on Yorick, which wasn't taken away that game, I feel like his comfort is so much higher.
Gosh darn it, hold on.
What else was banned?
Okay, my apologies.
They took the Ornn away. They banned the other 2. So Yorick was the only top pick that he plays. He could have picked Swain, which would have been really annoying. That would have given the AP that they needed.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got a champ pool. I don't know why they like fixated on this Nasus or why they picked it so early.
T-Crank gonna be the focus with this, and then Jan. There we go.
Same bands for Glup.
No, these
I think they're gonna be the same. Nope, those are the exact same.
Jana was most definitely in the last game. What?
Oh no! Wait, what did they ban last time? They banned
Hold on, wait a minute.
Vigar. They banned Vigar. That's what it was. My bad.
Let's say I know I haven't been drinking tonight. Hold on.
Well, I saw Tristana and Caitlyn. I was like, oh, they're just gonna do. Well, that's a normal ban. Like that's what normal teams ban.
Normal teams. So you're saying these teams aren't normal? Hold on. You can't call them that on stream.
Oh well, I mean, Glup has a very unique style. That's real. That's real jungle. Holy crap!
Don't do it.
Fizzy's carrying.
Fizzy's like, all right, you know what?
I'm done, Tree. I'm going at you.
I'm sick of this shit. I'm not going out like this. I won't die a meme.
So they banned 3 champions at Death Design, which means that Yorick is the only one available again. And I don't. They might actually pick Zed Swain. If I had to guess at what would be like mixture of damage to make sure that what happened last game doesn't happen, where you have 3 Randuins.
Mm-hmm. Kog'Maw looks like it's going to get picked by T-Crank again, this time with the Lulu, so...
They take away the Jetta, just to allow the same exact strategy, but with a Lulu, which means that Kog'Maw literally doesn't have to go Brand wins and still will never die.
Yeah, the problem is now with Lulu, and honestly, I feel like enables him more because he still gets the he still gets the augment from Ardent, but now he gets picks to fire behind his Kog'Maw artillery tongue, and he has more kiting potential from his kit. He also has the attack speed boost. Like Lulu enables Kog'Maw so much harder than Janna does.
They're going to grab the Gragas again. I mean, Trier is very comfortable in this champion. Yeah.
Like, the problem is it's not like his Gragas is bad. It's they have other things they have to ban, because you can't let T-Crank play Tristana, because Tristana's busted, and then he's great.
So thinking about it like this, like T-Crank can play any champion, right? He can play any AD carry. Caitlyn, Tristana, and Kog'Maw are pretty similar in their playstyle, Caitlyn being the most dominant lane. Janna and Lulu are basically the same style of champion. They both are this Ardent Sensor building e-girl support that when they ulti to carry, they never die. So, like, you're banning champions away that there are multiple of in-game, and they're just going to pick the ones that aren't banned. So they have the same exact team comp already, and your bans have essentially, done nothing. Whereas the bans on the side of Yeet Street are very, very strong. You take 3 champions away from a limited support or limited champ pool top laner. Not that his champ pool is small at all. He's very strong on the champions that he's good on. Mm-hmm. And then you take two of the best AP mid laners that the opposing mid laner plays, and then all of a sudden you have 2 winning matchups.
Mm-hmm. And Joe Siden's going to get to play Kog'Maw. And Ash. I don't know why I just said Kog'Maw.
He's playing Daddy.
He's playing Daddy. There we go.
Daddy Kog'Maw.
So the Void pairing right there, but like, so here's the thing: if you think about it like this,
okay, there's the Yorick. I knew finally. I was like, you tried, you had your fun with the Nessus. Let's play something we know how to play.
So like, Kog'Maw is the threat for Glup's front line, and then Cho'Gath is the front. Mouth. Why can I not talk? Like, it's not working. But yeah, Kog'Maw's the threat for Glup's front line, and then T-Crank the front. I'm just gonna stop. You talk.
Okay, so last pick Zed for Charlie Smells. He goes, I've seen your Zed. Your Zed's good. I'm gonna hold off you, and I'm gonna show you my Zed. We're gonna see how this goes. Now, if you've ever played solo queue, I don't know how Brand does against Zed, but it can't be good because you can't get away from him. Zed's just gonna one-shot him like at level 6. He does have the exhaust, which is gonna help, but it's not like TF where you have that insta-stun. Ashe and Taric, I think, is a really strong bot lane for on the side of Glacial Uprising. You do have that wave priority. However, the Lulu versus Taric matchup can't be fun. Lulu can't miss her abilities. Taric can miss her. From last game, we saw Manwaris miss several stuns based off the kiting. I'm kind of worried for this bot lane matchup. I want Ashe to be able to win lane because, that's what she's kind of there for. She's a utility carry that has really good wave clear, but what the heck? There's 2 Chos. Okay.
One thing with how you're talking about the Ashe Taric, I like it because we saw so many times where T-Crank was hitting us with, the juke moves in the bottom lane. It was like there were so many great times where Kog'Maw was caught by himself, but the Taric E just came up just a wee bit short and he dodged out. And with the Ashe, it's just like, all right, we're just going to fire this right here.
Like even slowing him up a little bit,
Yes, or even especially post 6 is being like, all right, we're going to fire this arrow here and Taric's going to put his E here. So you're going to flash or you're going to die to one of these. And then have to result in maybe some slightly better laning or decision making.
Whoever made this overlay needs to be fired ASAP. That's funny.
I'm gonna need you guys to leave this overlay alone, okay? It's something unique, Prophecy Cup. It's ours.
It's new.
It's new.
Kind of. So the team comps are actually pretty similar in terms of you have a 2 tank comp, you have some enablers, and you have the only difference between the biggest difference between the 2 team comps is the fact that Yeet has a hyper carry in Kog'Maw, and there is no like actual hyper carry on the side of Glacial Uprising, which makes me think that like, the later this game goes, obviously Yeet is incredibly favored.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. The roles have been reversed.
Exactly, where I think Yeet Street understands how to get their team to the late game a little bit better. If it gets to team fights, there's a good chance Brand one-shots everybody. But, that's if he gets
in
the
the
lead.
perfect world.
It's in a perfect world, yeah. I think Brand can get ahead of Zed early. Any early gank is going to set Brand so far behind that he can't get CS safely. The top lane is going to be another tank versus another slot fight. I think Yorick has a little bit more kill pressure early, but I mean, I've seen Death Design do some dumb stuff on Yorick. I've also seen Cho'Gath one-shot pretty much every character in the game. It doesn't even matter what character it is. So
yeah. But Spectator Late finally winding up. One thing, Brand. We didn't really talk about it because Brand isn't picked that often this league besides anyone but Shea Wilson, but he did have a slight buff, we can call it.
Did he?
He got a slight buff in 7.20, so basically it makes it to where his passive gives him permanent mana gain, kind of like how Scion gains health.
The MP5?
Yeah. No, it's not an MP5. I think it's just a straight gain to his maximum mana pool.
Oh, that's dope. Okay. Just small enough for 2 to 3 burns.
It's not anything huge, of course. It's not going to, revolutionize League of Legends, take Brand to top tier LCS caliber champion, but
makes him a little bit better. For those who play support Brand, it actually makes him a better support because you can just spam your spells, which is what you want to do.
Well, let me pull it up and pull up what the exact wording on it is, so we can be clear.
Because in bot lane, that's where you build all the mana regen items.
Brand gets mana when he kills an Ablaze unit. So, passive.
Oh.
Brand gains 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18 mana at levels 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. When he kills a unit affected by Blaze. Brand abilities instantly kill a unit before Blaze applies. He doesn't get mana back.
Okay, so that's less cool. That's less useful, because he's not going to be killing anything in bot lane. So it doesn't make him a better support. That sucks.
Really bad.
Or it's good for anybody who plays bot lane.
But notice how it said the unit has to actually go ablaze. If he instantly kills the minions, then it doesn't work. So late game, that's actually a hindrance to him because Brand has enough AP that he pretty much one-shots the waves.
It helps us early game, which is, I guess a buff. I mean, he was already pretty good early.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got damage. He doesn't really need any more damage. So we're getting in here to game 2. Everyone's loading in, of course. With the comp that they have done, what do they have to do to actually execute and win this game against Yeet Street? Or is it possible?
It's definitely possible. They're going to have to get a gank going. Bot lane is going to, post 6 is going to have to get something. They're going to have to execute something. I say level 6 or 7 is what they have to do. So they're going to have to look for, on the opposing sides of the map, they're going to Tree has to be somewhere in his jungle, drinking, slapping camps, while Javante and Death Design go for something on Joe's side, in which I know is going to be hard because, like I said, post 6. They're going to have to get the kill, and then on the bottom side, Steel and Manwalsh are just going to straight up have to beat T-Crake and Zero Battery in a 2v2. Hold up. Here we go. Here we go. Manwal's going to walk right in here, going to have to flash out the knock-up. The real nice defensive setup right there, and that's going to stave that off, burn off the flash. But basically the way Jungle Ezreal, in my mind, is supposed to work is that he's supposed to go to a lane, they're supposed to get a kill, and then use the fact that they have 280 carries to push down 2 towers at once.
Oh, the overlay. Where's Drowsy? Drowsy just missed the entire invade because he's still got the overlay going.
Spam him. Everyone spam him.
Someone report Drowsy.
This NA production right here, guys.
Why aren't we showing the game? Because Drowsy. Spam him. He said it's not working.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. Code red, code red. This is where my luscious voice has to give a good sight.
See, this is where we should definitely be pausing games.
Well, they can't. They won't know this is going. Plus, they're on a 3-minute delay.
Right. Fuck.
I mean, unless we want to.
He's got it. He's got it.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, so the invade basically, Man Walrus walked into a bush and flashed out. A lot of damage happened on the Glock. Nothing else happened. Both teams backed away. There was no vision that was got. And now here's where we are.
Here we go. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. The script is all coming together.
Today's show is brought to you by the letter Y for Yeet.
Or Yeet, indeed.
I will just
Cho'Gath gotta like the gentleman skin. Cho'Gath, I really like his quotes with the gentleman skin. I feel like they're a little bit dated, but like, because he only has like 3 extra lines with it, but the voice filter they put him through is real nice. Targon right here, gonna go into 0 battery, put a lot of damage down right there. Jungle Ezreal coming in clutch.
He's gonna
and they're still gonna keep trading. Yeah, you're gonna get real low. You need to be careful. Heal coming out, and that's a decent amount of damage. Not too much. Not enough that it's worth, in my opinion.
This is the thing. First, I mean, he got 2 summoners out of the support, which is a 2 for 0 or 2 for 1 trade. It was actually 2 for 2 because oh man.
Hey, Tria gonna be coming down right here. First blood. He actually goes way up for the gank. Now they're gonna turn on the T-Crank. He's gonna up barrier, do everything he can to kill Manrolls. Is not gonna matter. And this is the start they needed. Manrolls, can he outrun it? Can he live? Slivers of his chin.
I was about to say, I was like, this is something that happens when a player goes from playing tank junglers to carry junglers, is that they don't understand their own fragility, and they end up being really aggressive for no reason, and that's something that Fizzy does a lot, especially in in-houses when he plays with Kayn and stuff. You'll notice that he gets out of position just for a little bit extra damage. And I thought that's what was going to happen there, but Shrey just comes in and it's... which
Shrey
is...
just comes in. You cut out. Hello?
Yep.
Okay, my bad. It sounded, you cut out when you were saying Trie.
Oh, I said he just comes in and ints. It didn't really accomplish anything when he came in. The 0 battery had nothing to help with.
Yeah. Shay Vizsla has no mana. He uses up the last, but he puts a lot of damage down. Yeah, Trie, now we're going to see he can do something. Knock up into the barrel, into body slam. That's design. There's nowhere for you to run, except maybe to the graveyard, because that's where you're going to get laid down anyway. Trie picking up that kill. That was pretty textbook gank, honestly.
This is like it's less a textbook gank and more just really, really good map movement by Trie. He doesn't have anything happen bot lane, so he's like, you know what? Let's just see, let's get a camp on topside jungle, roam towards river, and then all of a sudden, Death Design is getting pretty low, and he just walks in and easy kill.
Hey, where's Ornn in this game, Kappa? Ornn is banned.
Banned.
Very much banned.
And this is something that's happened between the 2 games, is that Joe Siden's picking these, I don't want to say lane dominant champions, but he's playing bricks. Like, you're not going to break through them, and you're not going to stomp them early. And he's playing the matchups very well. And then all of a sudden, Trie or Charlie Smells roam up and just get a free kill because Death Design's so aggressive. They're just exploiting Death Design for his playstyle, and I think that's mainly why Death Design can't actually do anything, because he knows exactly what he wants to do. Death Design in 2017.
Javante looking to rear his head.
Can you switch the team names?
Oh yeah, the team name's getting fixed. There we go. It's all good. I really like the walk animation on those minions with Arc Flight, Yorick.
This Yorick skin's dope.
So one thing I didn't really talk about, we didn't talk about this, Yorick into Cho'Gath. In my mind, Cho'Gath wins this due to the fact that, like, Yorick generally doesn't win by, like, bursting you. He wins by just being able to out-sustain you and slowly whittling you down. But Cho'Gath sustains way too hard through his passive. That whittling Cho'Gath down is not something that happens. Like,
well, I did talk about it a little bit. I do believe that Yorick has the press, and he did go the Ignite. He's like, screw TP, I don't know how to use this, I'm done. But Death Design knows this champion inside and out, so like I feel like he's going to have that upper hand. Plus, Yorick is a little bit more aggressive early on. Of course, you have the passive on Cho'Gath, which means that, you know, extended trades go to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is going to be a slap fight just like last time.
But
he's still ahead even after giving up a kill. Like, clearly he's got some experience on this champion.
He does have experience on the champion, but when it comes to team fights mid game, it's Cho'Gath has a pretty binary play pattern. Like,
can't
I
kill
can
him.
put my little brother behind the keyboard and he can figure it out pretty quick.
Can't kill him, yeah. If you have flash forward, hold A to carry. Alright, you did it. Pop stone plate, then eat A to carry. Alright, cool.
Come on, man, you gotta forget he has like 3 keys to hit, not 2.
A level down, Cho'Gath. He's gonna die here.
He's gonna get eaten.
Oh,
he's gonna bring out the Maiden actually and save himself.
Maiden does a lot of damage.
She does.
Oh, he's getting yanked again.
Here we go, Trie making his way up, gonna pop the Ignite. The ghouls and the Maiden might actually be enough. Now the question is, can Death Design get out of this?
Or he's
gonna put a smack on a Trie.
This is why I've always thought Death Design is scary as hell, because he is just like, he's 1v2ing.
Cho'Gath's gonna eat her up. Pets devoured. That stat should go
like,
up.
That should have been the same exact thing as last time. The only problem is Death Design is level 6.
Yeah. And he scares both of them off, and that is huge, because now Charlie Smells is going to be looking to roam up, but they call it out. I think he's just going to ward. And now he has time to smack on that tower on his own, and he's proved that, like, now that post 6, he can handle this. Like, they can't just try and straight up 2v1 him when he's at a decent amount of health, and he has the Maiden.
You also notice that he's dodging a lot of the skill shots. He dodges the knockups, and he's dodged a couple silences. That's what's crazy, is that he's just like, losing any trade to Death's Yorick. Jin with the memes, as always. Dizzy setting up for a mid lane gank. Oh my god, it might work.
But there's the arrow down mid lane. Fizzy coming over the wall. Charlie Smells can do everything he can to try and live, but he's gonna go down. Hopefully,
he's not gonna die. He's not gonna die.
One more auto. Feels bad.
I think Ezreal was level 6. I think that's a death. But
oh my god, that's gotta feel so bad how close that was.
That just show that's Yeet bias right there. If I've seen anything today, even Riot is on Yeet's side today.
Yeah, Riot is the the proofreaders of the Prophecy Cup script. Like Shay and all of us, we write it up together, but then we have to send it to them for approval so they can make the appropriate patch notes.
Is that Fizzy with the BM? What are you talking about? It was a very well orchestrated gank. That's what makes it so disheartening that it didn't go through. You had the Ashe ult hit, you had the Brand Stun follow up, you had a lot of burst damage from the Ezreal. He's literally one hit. Like, I think Ezreal probably could have autoed him, but
I think that was like darn near perfect timing.
I think he tried to hand the kill to Brand, but
that was darn near perfect timing on the ulti from Charlie Smells, though. I'll give him that.
It prevented the ulti from. So, if Riot puts it in the game, it's not BM. See, look at this. This is what I thought about. I was like, how does he actually win these trades? Oh boy.
Ulti right here on the Kog'Maw. There it is. The Ashe ulti into the stun. Kog'Maw, up we go. Gonna have to flash all the summoners down now for Yeet Street's bottom lane. Kog'Maw does make it out alive.
Look at this. Look at this. Death Design's just like, alright, Shrie, come on up here. I'll take you too.
Bring me an army, he says. Topple their forces.
He goes, I got my second teammate here. Maiden.
And she just like whittles away the tower, man. She's gonna tank shower shots.
Look at him! Look at him! He's just like, he's gonna get
the maiden taking tower, and he's not. Look at this. He's gonna turn around, and throw a shovel smack. Cho'Gath has to TP back to lane, and he's still just Death Design is not threatened.
Hosea would have won that trade. How would he have won that trade? You just watched it. Under tower! Death Design's under tower attacking Josiah. I don't think Josiah's winning any trades with Yorick right now. He's almost got that completed Trinity Force too.
Once he gets that Trinity Force, if he finishes that Trinity Force before Cho'Gath finishes his Righteous Glory, he's gonna kill him. And he's gonna kill Trier. Like, he can.
I think the problem is late game. What do you do in the side lane? Like, Yorick's just gonna build, he's gonna build that typical split push build. And I think this time is a little bit better than the Nasus, because he's way earlier, a little bit better earlier.
What do you say is gonna be Yorick's like weakness though? Then
it's what's gonna happen. What happened earlier is that he's not mobile. It's the same thing with Nasus. He's not mobile. He can get kited. I think Yorick just has an earlier power spike than what Nasus had, so like he can actually impact the game before 40 minutes, which is what he wasn't able to do last game. He wasn't able to do anything because it wasn't, he wasn't able to get to that point when Taco takes the gym bait. Oh no! It's just funny because like there's no way.
Shea Vizsla gonna come up and kill this ward. Looking at the gold right here, about 13.5 minutes. Yeet Street, despite being down a kill,
Here's another
still
ult.
is
Here's another try.
in the lane right here. Or hold up, before we talk about it, let's talk about right here on the T-Crank. And he doesn't have flash or barrier this time, so he's gonna go down, and that's a big fat polymorph, or not a polymorph, a hugified Kog'Maw.
Well, the team groups up for Kog'Maw passive.
I'm actually curious about that. If he's hugified when he dies, is the hitbox radius on like the passive based off of the normal, or is the hugified version?
I think it's normal.
That could be a
I've never seen it, so
suicide.
Usually Hugify saves people.
Roast.
You've seen Fizzy attempt this a second time, right? The first try didn't work out very well, but the second try definitely did. Fizzy orchestrating that lane game very, very well, and actually getting that first tower, putting him back in the lead by a K. Oh, look at this! Look at this fight. He's dead.
Minion. Oh my god, mid lane, what's going on? The health bars.
That was like 6 HP on the side of Shea Vizsla.
What is this madness, man? Like, this is probably the closest matchup I've seen between Charlie Smells and anybody this season, honestly. Like, there's a 2 CS difference. They don't have any
was definitely one to watch. I don't think you were there for that one.
Which one?
Outbreak and Yeet Street.
I might not have.
When he played TF and Charlie Smells played Talia, it was just such a crazy game because they both implemented the same style, which was very, very cool. But this one, if Shea isn't the most valuable LKS player, I don't know who is.
Council, not only with the Yeet bias, but with the Glup bias, man. This is just ridiculous. We should overthrow the Council. But Shea definitely, Shea is somebody who is a lot better than his numbers ever show. Because not only does he play, at a higher level, but he also plays a lot of unconventional champions. So he requires the team to study him a lot more. Because he doesn't just play, standard meta where you can just expect and, you can just kind of expect.
The most meta he plays is Syndra.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen Syndra more than once, so.
Everything else, this brand, this Malzahar and stuff, you have to physically watch him play. Or
Vel'Koz, Zed.
You have to know him physically, because he doesn't even play Zed like a normal person does.
This is a dead Cho'Gath.
Then you get caught in the arena right there. Feels bad.
Fizzy is definitely showing up this game. Putting in the work. He's 1-0-3. While he did play very well last game, he did get picked a few times. He didn't do any damage. Oh my god, the double man.
Here we go. Gonna get knocked into the team right here. The ulti gonna do everything it can to keep him alive. It's gonna come down. Invulnerability. They might actually kill Tria. Gonna get him real low. The Ash ulti. And now Ash gonna flash to the side. Zed coming in right here. Gonna go on to Shay Bizzle. Gonna have Charlie Smells flashing out. Deathmark not gonna kill anybody.
That was really bad for Charlie. I don't know if it was a misclick or what, but he ended up ulting Shay Bizzle instead of Steel.
They're still going top lane. They're going to push off Joe's side.
They're not afraid.
They do not care. They're going under tower. He does not care at all. 3 people up here. Death Design going to do his best to get out of here. Going to get knocked up. He might go down.
Yeah, he's going down. He's probably going to go down too. Depending on how aggressive he is. He's got the Storm Raiders. But this is mid tower.
Javante's still just kind of walking back and forth. He needs to be really careful with this line.
He flashed forward. Or he dashed forward.
Feels bad. The TSM icon right there at a T-Crank. Fizzy in all chat asked him. Yeah, I don't think that was intentional dash forward. If that is, Fizzy might be Cody's son. Oh my gosh. That's... And we actually see... All that done though, we actually see a gold lead out of Glacial Uprising.
Well, they have 3 towers.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like
they have a 1,200 gold lead for 3 towers, and including a tier 2.
This is not the Yeet we're used to seeing. Yeet not having towers 18 minutes in. Like
top lane, it's top lane. They got that early gank, and it didn't actually free up Joe Sidon to start rotating. Cho'Gath is a very slow champion. Very slow to get going champion, unlike something like Jarvan or what did he play last game? I can't even remember.
Ornn.
Ornn impacts the game at level 2. So, like if you rotate them, you just knock someone up, hits them twice, and then they're pretty much dead. Right. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Joe Sidon has not been able to get out of this lane, and a lot of their proactiveness comes from winning lanes. They just start rotating. Well.
Gonna clear off that wave best of his ability. They're gonna finish this off. And who's gonna pick that up? Fizzy? Okay.
Did they give that to Fizzy? Yeah, they gave it to Fizzy.
Because Fizzy's in me with the team, I guess.
I would have been surprised. I would have been surprised if Death was like, give this to me, I'm gonna split push. Because I'm gonna try and end the game by myself.
Yeah. Oh my god, Shay Bizzle, you took a lot of damage.
What? Trie, what are you doing?
Trie jumping forward, and brother Trie, hold on. Hello?
Not a huge misplay because he had Lulu, but Lulu ult is now not available for T-Crank, so who knows?
And now here comes Death Design right here, gonna throw out some abilities, try and catch the Cho's Sidon, but he's not gonna catch him with the arena. But now they're gonna summon this up, and they're gonna definitely get this mid lane.
Oh, he's dead. He just got way out of position for that. He tried
Mimron's gonna get real low, but he's not gonna go down. Kog'Maw doing everything he can in his life to kite away. Tower gonna get rammed into by Rift Herald. And they're going to keep going down the mid lane. Rift Herald, she's going to ram in her head into it again. They're going to try and smite it, kill it off. But Yeet Streets is not in the position to be defending. Like, they need to back off. As I mentioned that Charlie Smells actually get a double kill. That's Design. Hold up. Hold up, Bouffon. Like, what's going on right here?
They're staying way too long. So they didn't have any vision in the bot side of... They're not doing Baron.
No.
Oh, they are doing Baron.
No.
TP coming in.
No. What? They can't. We can't let them get away with this.
They're 4 towers behind and they're tied in gold. That's crazy. He's just gonna go for the kill.
Lulu gonna go down. She's gonna try and flash over the wall. Ashe ulti right there.
Oh, Manwall's gonna die again.
He's gonna try and pop the ulti, T-Crank on a rampage.
He's not tanky, he can't do that. He's not playing one of his normal spells, he's dead. Walking into a Yorick.
Now we're gonna see how well they can retreat. Death Design gonna be looking his best to cut them off. Gonna get knocked up right here. Zed gonna be coming in. I'm frozen for a second. I do apologize. Here we go. The shout, and it looks like they should just all disengage. Just calm down.
Zed has Deathmark up. He might just ult steal if possible.
Need to just calm down.
So we're watching. We're looking at the gold and Outbreak. Freaking Yeet Street still has no towers.
What? What? Charlie Smells. Like he gets the double kill right here. Just Simon coming in with the 1, 2, 3, getting it the slow, and then before or after getting the knockup, T-Crank unstoppable, and they just killed 4 people somehow. They still don't have towers, but they are still up 3,000 gold.
My hands on my forehead. If that's like right, why are you biased right now? Well, Charlie Smells is actually MVP for a reason, guys.
Turns out Charlie Smells is pretty good at League of Legends.
He ran into 3 people, came away with 2 kills, got out with 1 HP, and his team followed up to kill the last person.
That's looking to push down this mid lane.
That was rough to watch, guys. Charlie just took Edsy's virginity.
They have the Ash ulti right here. They're gonna come on the side. They're gonna try and go on a T-Crank right here, but he just takes no damage and does so much right there. Our boy T-Crank getting the kill onto Ash and then the kill onto Javante. Double kill. Looks like it could be a triple kill right here. Going on a Death Design. Gonna get the knock up into the barrel. And those 2 are so low in terms of health, Mamros and Death Design. T-Crank just walking forward under tower, doesn't even care. Popping the barrier just for the defensive. Shea Vizsla trying to throw out the ulti, do everything he can to keep his team alive. But the question is, does it even matter at this point? Each killing this tower like monsters. They're just going to keep going right here. Inhib, they're going to whittle it down one by one. Lulu right here, putting the shield onto him, giving him oh so more stats with that Ardent Sensor. Now Death Design going to try and throw out some CC. It's not going to really make a difference right here. No TP is really available, so they can't really try any sort of flanks or anything. They just have to kind of take this beating up front. We have Charlie Smells on the bottom lane pushing slowly but surely, and now we have Yeet rotating up to the top lane. They're going to look to get that top lane tower, and just what does the side of Glacial Uprising do at this point? You had 4-0 tower lead, and you were still down gold, and now you're even down further.
In towers, yeah. So like
you're down 9K.
You're looking at a situation where Kog'Maw has all the gold and Zed has all the gold on their side, and then everything on the side of Glacial Uprising is all on Death's Design. So like, and he's 2 levels behind the Zed. So like, how do you bring him into a situation where he can...
Shea Vizsla getting those down here on the bottom lane. Charlie Smells going to style on this kid. The stun doesn't look like it's making a difference, but actually Zonya's out. Hold up, I hate my words. Now there's 1v1 going on. Shea Vizsla ends up going down anyway, despite the pretty decent play. And now on the top lane, Yeet Street's not giving up this game. They're showing that why they deserve to be in the finals. They go into Death Design. Gonna eliminate him first. Manwall was with the ulti. They can't take down Trey, but it doesn't matter. Yeet Street's still going. Joe Siden's just such a sentinel up here, Colossus, as he whacks away at the tower with T-Crank and Zero Battery right behind him. They're going to go into this Inhib, look to get the second one of the game, and then they can even rotate down the bottom lane and get the third one. They're going to be looking to come in here from some sort of side angle, but he can't really do anything. Like, he's just a Tarek.
Fizzy started commenting in the Twitch chat saying that there was a fix and bans error. I'm never wrong, Soto. So there goes. This was a 2-0. He did predict it. That is a fact.
He did predict this.
So, is there a what does Yeet or does Yeet close this out immediately, or do they like play it safe? And what does Glacial Uprising do to try and sever the bleeding if they can? I don't think they can. I think this game is.
I'm trying to think of a scenario. I want to think of a scenario. I'm trying to think of a scenario because I agree. This game is you're 11K down, 5 towers
down.
You're
not scaling comp either.
They have a Kog'Maw like who's only going up from here.
Gets clapped, blames top. I think it has nothing to do with Death Design. Death Design actually played extremely well. I think he.
It was just he's only one person, right? Like.
Yeah, this is a team.
Well, 2 if we want to count as Maiden. Here we go, right here. Going to be walking forward. Beautiful timing on the arena. Keeps maybe what could have been their instant demise right then and there. They're going to try and stall this out. Charlie Smells just going to go right on steal right here. Going to put the ulti down. Tarek, you should probably ult. Yes, you should, but it's not going to matter. You're going to die. Tarek dying with the ulti up. We send out some missing pings. And this is pretty much game, honestly. Like, their only saving grace in the fight would be a perfectly timed Tarek ulti. And now that Tarek's dead, They have all 3 inhibs right here. Kog'Maw just going to whack away at the AD carries. Trie going to go right here.
Another
Knock
solid
Shape
ultimate
into the
by
team.
Trie. There's something that Trie can do. It's play Gragas. That's Design's gonna 1v5 right here. Alright, that was the attempt.
This is pretty much it right here.
Fizzy's sitting in base. He's done.
Yeah, Fizzy right here is just standing here, not even going to help his team. Just going to get to the back of the fountain, and this looks like it might be it. This is going to be it. Not might be. It will be it. So Yeet Street going to take this 2-0 and get themselves into the finals of the Prophecy Cup right here with a convincing 2-0 over Glacial Uprising.
This is kind of what you saw in the regular season, where Glup was very aggressive early. They tried to, they got some leads, especially in this game where they actually were winning for a majority of the game. And then one crazy outplay from Charlie Smells, and then the game was completely different. Yeah. I think in the first game, it was actually a very calculated game by Yeet Street. In a very reactive game from Glup, I think they did play it pretty well. They just never got to that point where they were able to implement their strategy. Trie got out jungled. I don't know about that, Fizzy. I think in game 1 he kind of had your number. It was a solid series from both teams. Charlie Smells did put on an MVP performance game 2, and that really set them over the edge. T-Crane did his thing, and I think the weaknesses of Glup really were shined. I think they exploited the weaknesses extremely well, and that's why they won so dominantly.
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
Charlie didn't win them the game. Limited. Yeah, you're right.
One thing I want to talk about, I think what Glacial Uprising where they messed up is where they got that Rift and pushed down mid lane, and they stayed too long. That was where Charlie Smells had his first insane.
That's where he got a double kill. Yeah, he got a double kill right off the bat, and then he had another outplay in the topside jungle with another aggressive positioning by Glup. The weaknesses of Glup with their aggressive playstyle were extremely blown up by just Charlie Smells' play alone.
And as we mentioned him, we're going to drag him down in here against his will without any sort of warning for an interview.
No, don't do this.
Not like this.
Alright, what's up?
How's it going, buddy?
It's me, your boy, Charlie.
So, the MVP for Season 2, outstanding performance on the Zed, equally strong performance Game 1. How did you feel going into this match against Shay? Were you ready for his antics, or...?
Yeah, I mean, we knew he was going to play Zed one game in the series. We didn't think it was going to be first game. So, I mean, that's why I blind picked TF. But, I mean, it worked out. They just gave us Gragas. We pretty much banned all of Death Design's champion and then picked away his Zorn. We made Joe learn that in a week. He had never played that. Nah, he learned it from scratch just for this game.
Just for this matchup. That's crazy. Just to add a whole champion to your pool just for one matchup.
Yeah.
How do you feel? You guys were very proactive in Game 1 and not you guys kind of fell behind in Game 2. What was the difference maker? Was it because of the lanes?
Yeah. So Game 2, we were just waiting for Kog'Maw Lulu to scale. That is insane. Kog'Maw Lulu, Kog'Maw Janna, those they E-Girl, any E-Girl plus Kog'Maw, it's done. It's just done. And we pretty much knew where Fizzy was for both games, both times. So it may have looked like we weren't being proactive and not doing stuff, but we knew where he was. There may have been some slight miscommunications leading him getting gank kills, particularly bot lane. But you know how it is. Things happen.
Yeah, definitely. It was a fantastic performance by you guys to be able to alter your playstyle from Game 1 to Game 2 and still succeed. Any questions from you, Manny?
So you're too flashy. Look at the cleanse. Look at the moves Zed plays. Actually, the second one in the top lane in the top half of the jungle over by the red buff. What was going through your head? Because you went in by yourself when you initially started that play.
Yeah, I mean, I was just I can do this. I was in the zone. They let me into the zone by giving that Zed pick, especially when they first picked Ezreal. Like, playing any assassin, it's a shame that Talon's banned for the bug, by the way. It feels bad, man. But any assassin, could have been Blanc, could have been Katarina, any, just destroys Ezreal. Because they have the other squishy AD carry and mid laner, where they're going to have only like one tank and half a tank in the support. That's not enough.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seemed like you were in the zone after that first pick where you rotated from bot lane to get that kill on the Ashe. And then you got the double kill immediately after that. Do you think that your team played up the momentum more than the actual game plan, or were you guys like seriously you understood everything that you guys needed to do to win the game?
Yeah, we knew everything that we needed to do. We had our conditions set. We knew what we wanted to do at every point of the game. There may have been slight miscommunications, as in like which lane to rotate, but overall, it was just clean series.
Yeah, definitely a very clean. You guys were down 4 towers and up in gold. Like, does that happen often for you guys, or is that like an SKT style? Because that's what they do. They do the same thing. Yeah. They're always getting that farm.
I think it's just me and T-Crank. We have insanely good farm. I think he's somewhere like 7.5, 8 CS per minute. I'm at like 8 CS per minute too. It's just like compared to other people in the league who don't really CS that much, it just adds so much more gold.
Yeah, it was crazy because you guys, on paper, you guys should definitely be down. But, just because of your gameplay, you're way up. Or even, at least. Definitely a clean series by you guys. I look forward to seeing. Are you guys going to watch the match? Is it tonight? I can't remember.
Yeah, Outbreak versus TSB. We're watching that.
Yeah, definitely want to see and get a little bit of last minute scouting before your finals appearance.
Oh, definitely.
Do you have a pick for who's going to win?
I'm going to say TSB, but my heart's feeling Outbreak, so I got to go with Outbreak.
Okay. And any shout-outs before we finish this up?
So. Hey, my man's Joe Seiden. Shout out to him.
Yeah. Okay. But besides that, I want to thank you. Congratulations, and I hope you guys are ready for your final matchup next week, and you guys watch this one. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And with that, we're going to wrap this up because in less than 20 minutes now, we have the second semifinal between... Yeah, we don't have time for another interview, unfortunately. We have our second semifinal coming up after this between Team Spank Bank and Outbreak. And most people seem to be thinking Team Spank Bank's going to take this, but there are some believers in the power of the prison Outbreak. So we're just going to have to see how that goes. Who do you think is going to take that, in your opinion, real quick?
I'm on the side of Speed. I think they're going to fix their issues from when they played in the regular season, and they're going to at least make it a series. It's going to go to Game 3. My heart's with Outbreak, though. Same as Steve.
Same. Okay. So you heard it here first. Dr. Taco, the prophet himself. Will it come through? But we're going to wrap this up. Get ready for the next game. Everybody can, go take their bathroom breaks and all that stuff. But make sure you keep this open because, like I said, it will be starting up really soon after this, the stream again. For everyone that tuned in, I'd like to thank you. We hit about 53 viewers at peak today, which is insane. We're getting higher and higher every time. So everyone just keep sharing the links, giving your friends in the community. We can start to do greater and greater things. Once again, I want to thank Dr. Taco for casting with me. I want to thank Drowsy for hosting this and all of you that tuned in. My name is Manny or Sunny. I'm from the Prophecy Cup. Stay beautiful.
Have a good night.